Namaste, Sitaram, a pleasant good morning. Welcome to Rudraaya. I'm your host, Nisha Sharma. And Rudraaya is being brought to you with the kind compliments of Maharujadev Mandir. And of course, the Mandir is located at 850 Tapscott Road, Unit 34 in Scarborough, with Tapscott and McNichol being our closest intersection. And so the last time I spoke to you about the new board that has been elected, I did say to you that we will be bringing them on Rudraaya so that they're able to meet with you and introduce themselves, and so that you know who they are. So throughout the program today, you would be getting a little bit of a communication and introduction from each of those directors. For now, we'll join our spiritual leader, Pandit Ravi Sharma, for our pravachan. Enjoy.
Prem se bole Shri Ramapati Mahadev ki jai. In today's society, the thing that is creating fear in the entire world now is Corona. The disease called Corona. It is caused by a germ and it's affecting the entire globe. Many have lost their lives and many families are in a state of worries and fears. When we ask, why is all of this happening? We've been told by others that Kali Yuga, which means Pava Yugam or Papa Yugam, the age of sin. In this age, such things are natural. Such things occur in this age. Like there's Corona now, several hundreds of years ago, terrible diseases worse than Corona, like plague, cholera, and such have attacked humans. Hundreds of years ago, science was not as advanced as it is now. But even under those circumstances, even though much of humanity is afflicted with human effort, humans have come out of such horrendous diseases. Today, science has advanced phenomenally. They have discovered, yes, so much vaccination for this Corona. In this age, where there is so much advancement to destroy this coronavirus, is a very simple thing. It's not a big deal. How will it become simple? By three things. Through the grace of the Divine. This grace fills not only certain countries but the entire world. And to receive this grace even more, the saintly, the Lord God as we know, spiritual leaders are doing so many pujas, yajnas, to help clear this disease, causing germ, and to create and receive the Divine's grace. On the other side, the governments, many countries across the world, they are working greatly according to their capacity to provide medical services for people. They are making concerted great efforts and many preparation. Along with this, the most important thing for this Corona to be eradicated completely from society, along with the Divine's grace, Kripa, His mercy, along with the efforts of the government, this thing is most essential. What is it? It is a cooperation of people like you and I. And only when there is total cooperation by the people will it become possible to totally eradicate this disease. What has to be done for this? It doesn't require some huge Herculean task or effort. We have to follow what our government is advising us. They are asking everyone to get vaccinated. We must do that. Along with what they are asking is for us to practice cleanliness, We must follow that. Along with that, we have to use protective gear such as facial mask, gloves for the hands, and such thing. And another thing, not to go out unnecessarily. What then is necessary for going out? Only if it is life-threatening that we have to. Hence, only then should we venture out. If it is not life-threatening, then we should stay put at home safely. And so, this means that we will be doing our part. If people do not follow this part as how it is outlined and keep asking, when will this end? When will this corona end? How long will it be like this? If people do not put in their efforts, then these questions will continue to persist. If we want answers to such questions, it is not just to ask government to keep putting in their efforts. Every human being in this world must ponder, what is my role to eradicate this virus? When we ponder upon this, the answer we will get is, we have to be safe. We have to act safe. And when this corona germ cannot come into contact with us, when everyone starts to think like this, then there will be no place for this virus to be. What scientists are saying is that apart from the human body, that germ, if it is on the table, bench, or the surface of some object, in 10 to 15 days, that germ will die of its own accord. That's what they are telling us. That's what they are telling us today. So only when the germ enters into our body, it multiplies. One germ multiplies into 1,000-fold and affects the body, the organs, and even takes our life. So, what is most important is for each and every one of us to follow the rules, live a good life, have clarity in our thoughts, eat sattvic food, take such medicine that will prolong our life, not destroy our life. May the blessings of the Almighty be upon each and every one of you. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi, Om.
तुम्ही हो माता पिता तुम्ही हो तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो तुम्ही हो माता पिता तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो ओ तुम्ही हो साथी तुम्ही सहारे कोई न अपना सिवा तुम्हारे हो तुम्ही हो साथी तुम्ही सहारे कोई न अपना सिवा तुम्हारे हो तुम्ही हो नैया तुम्ही के भैया तुम्ही हो नैया तुम्ही के भैया तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्हारे ओ जो किल सकेना वो फूला हमें तुम्हारे चरणों की धूल हमें जो ಕೆಲಸ घेना वो फूला हमें तुम्हारे चरणों की धूल हमें उम्मा दया की दृष्टि सदा की रखना दया की दृष्टि सदा की रखना तुम्ही हो बंधु सका तुम्ही हो माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ प्यारी माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ प्यारी माँ प्यारी माँ प्यारी
My dear viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this morning's pravachan, and of course Panditji is actually doing his due diligence to bring you all these wonderful short katha that is so meaningful and so it's applicable to life as we see it at this time, even though it happened many years ago. As I mentioned at the beginning of the program, I would be introducing you to our new directors, and it gives me the greatest honor to introduce to you one of our youth director, Kashmina Mangal, who is going to be undertaking the role of Director of Youth and Community Service. Kashmina Mangal.
Thank you, Auntie Nisha, for introducing me. Namaste and Sitaram to everyone watching. As a youth and as a kid, I've always been heavily involved in mandir from a young age, whether that be coming to the pujas or singing at this mandir or even dancing at the events that Maharudra Dev holds. I hope as the new Director of Youth and Outreach to provide a similar experience to other children as I have been through, so to integrate Hinduism and our culture as well into them, and to also help them academically and with arrange programs for dealing with mental health, which seems to be a rising problem in our community. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Kashmina. And of course, our next youth director is Tyler Mohan, who's going to be undertaking an executive role as the secretary of Maharudra Mandir, our previous secretary being Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon. I'd like to introduce you to our new secretary, Tyler Mohan.
Thank you, Auntie Nisha. Ladies and gentlemen, namaste. My name is Tyler Mohan, and I will be taking on an executive role here at the Maharudra Dev Mandir. I am very grateful I've partaken in this role as from a young kid to high school to college to where I am now in life. People have always told me that leadership and teamwork are two very essential skills to have in life. Given this opportunity, not only will I learn from others, but I'll also get a chance to enhance my skills. After meeting with the team and seeing our capabilities and ideas, I have no doubt in my mind that we'll make the best of our time here. I want to thank you very much for your time, and Sitaram.
Thank you, Tyler. And of course, our next youth director is Ravisha Sharma. And Ravisha is going to be undertaking the role of the president of Maharudra Dev Mandir, which was my previous role. And I'm very proud that she has stepped up to undertake that role, and that the board of directors thinks and believes that she is capable of undertaking that role. Ravisha Sharma.
Sitaram, my name is Ravisha Sharma, and it gives me the greatest pleasure and honor to undertake this position as president here at Maharudra Dev Mandir. This position will grant me a platform to impact the youth of our culture by embracing its richness, as well as the seniors by driving change, as I feel like our culture can tend to be less progressive at some times. Overall, I'm very excited for all the opportunities that this position will grant me. Thank you and namaste.
So there you have it, folks, our three youth directors from Maharudra Dev Mandir. So thank you very much, Ravisha. So we have Kashmina, we have Tyler, and we have Ravisha. And after our corporate segment, you are going to meet the rest of the board of directors. For now, we will join Kamalji from Lotus Funeral Home for a corporate segment.
Sitaram and Namaste. My name is Kamal Bardwaj. I'm the owner of Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center in Toronto and Kitchener Funeral Homes and Crematorium in Kitchener. I'm also a licensed funeral director. The inability to fly to other countries to scatter the ashes for a loved one and created more of a demand to scatter ashes locally around Toronto and the GTA. I thought would be a good opportunity to discuss where to scatter ashes. Most families will scatter the ashes of their loved ones in water. Most people will travel to a place that is close to their home or travel to a place that was meaningful for their family. However, you can't just scatter ashes anywhere you wish. Firstly, ashes can be spread on privately waterways unless given the approval by the owner. There are some approved places that have been designated as places to scatter the ashes, such as Pickering Lake, Credit Provincial Park, Bronte Creek Provincial Park, and Harbourfront. At Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center and at Kitchener Funeral Homes and Crematorium, we operate 7 days a week and 24 hours a day. Our crematorium is located in our building, so we never have to leave our building in cold or bad weather for a cremation. Our crematorium space can have a large group of people to attend the witnessing of the cremation as well. For Hindu families, we can provide all the puja items, including fresh leaves and a havan kund. We have large halls that accommodate large seatings to smaller ones. We are centrally located for families in the west and families from the east. For more information, please contact me from the telephone number on the screen. Thank you for watching and see you next week on Rudraaya. Sitaram.
Life is beautiful, but death is inevitable. I realized this when my dad passed away. So much pain, and amidst all this, the worry of arranging a funeral. Thankfully, in all this, Kamal stood by me. From the viewing to the cremation, he arranged it all at one location. Once someone is gone, they don't come back. But Lotus Funeral Home knows how to give them a respectable farewell.
Lotus Funeral Home. Life must be celebrated.
रघुकुल रीत सदा चली आई, प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए।
My dear viewers, as we continue to introduce you to our new board, we move now to our Director of Fundraising for Maharudradev Mandir, which is a very integral role. I mean, it is a role that we depend on to ensure that we do provide, community service as well as our services here at Maharudradev Mandir, as well as Rudraaya TV. So I'd like to introduce you to one of our newest board members as well, Anthony Sait, as our Director of Fundraising.
My name is Anthony Sait. I'm honored to serve in this role as Director of Fundraising. My goals is to work together to provide ways by which the community's spiritual, social, and cultural needs can be met, to encourage youth participation, help our elderly, build and support the community by using my knowledge and experience, look out for new ways to connect and new events. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anthony. And of course, our next director, which is no stranger to you and who has been helping out, over the past years since almost inception of Maharudradev Mandir. I'd like to introduce you to Janak Prasad, who is going to undertake the role of treasurer for Maharudradev Mandir. Janak Prasad.
Thanks, Nisha Ji. Namaste, everyone. I've been involved with the Maharudradev Mandir for over 5 years now, and I've decided to step up and take a more integral part as we continue to promote good governance. I'm looking forward to working with my other colleagues and directors and to take the Maharudradev Mandir forward. Thank you and namaste.
Thank you very much, Janakji, and of course we look forward to you working to ensure that we maintain the good governance that we have maintained since inception of Maharudradev Mandir. And of course, last but not least, would like to introduce you to our director, who is actually going to continue on this new board for continuity purposes. He has served with us 3 years in the previous board, and the membership thought that for continuity purposes, it would be good to again have him to continue on the new board so that he could lend that support with respect to proprietary information and guidance to the new board as they begin their journey from here on. So I'd like to introduce you to Ramesh, better known as Rakesh Ramnarayan, who is going to undertake the position of Vice President for Maharudradev Mandir.
Thank you, Nisha Ji. Sitaram devotees, I would like to say thank you for the opportunity to be serving on Maharudradev Mandir board once more as we continue the work in the community and in the Mandir. Maharudradev Mandir have grown in the past few years, and I have been a continuous supporter of the Mandir and will always be in the community. I would like to take the opportunity to thank the previous board for the tremendous work they have done, not only in the Mandir, but in the community, so that everyone can recognize what they do. I would also like to take the opportunity to thank the youth that came on board as the new directors to manage and help guide the Mandir into the right direction. Thank you once more, and Sitaram.
Thank you very much, Rakesh. And of course, I would like to acknowledge my predecessor colleague directors who served with me for the past 2 terms since inception of Maharudradev Mandir. And of course, it has been a positive experience for all of us. And we are looking forward to supporting the new board as they begin their journey. We wish them all the best. And on behalf of the previous directors of Maharudradev Mandir, what have we learned over these past 6 years? And, when you're doing community work, even though it's a volunteer position, you're often criticized. People try to, they try to attack your character, your reputation. So you must have thick skin. And always remember that people are often unreasonable and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are honest, people may cheat you. Be honest anyway. If you find happiness, people may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today may often be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give your best anyway. What you spend years building, someone could destroy overnight. Build anyway. For you see, in the end, it is not between you and them. It was between you and your God anyway. So just remember that. In the moments of your darkest hour, when you feel that what is the purpose of your role here? You're not getting anything in terms of, compensation for what you're doing. But remember, the purpose of what you're doing, it will be between you and God in the end. It's never between others and you anyways. So I'd like to thank our kind sponsors at Maharudradev Mandir, as well as our executive producer Gari Khan for making Rudraaya possible. And until we meet again next week, have a blessed week, stay safe, namaste.
ललित गवत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद बाल्मीक ज्ञान विशारद सुख सनत दिशेष शारदा वर्णि पवन सुत गे रति संतत गावत शंभु भवानी करगत संभावमुनि सयति कवि पुंग बखानी काक विशुंदि गरुड आरति श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सियति वीर पुराण अष्टदश चौसहस्र सब ग्रहण तन मन धन संतान को सरवस सरयंज सम्मत सब ही आरति श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सियति कलिमलहरणी विषेर सती की सुभग श्रृंगार मूर्ति युवती की निरोह गंधव मुहुरी की तात महत सब देवी तुलसी की आरति श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सी